Why are you shipping these immigrants up north? We need them to pick the crops down here.
I do not use that word slavery lightly.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. You ever heard of the term blood libel? That means that you, as part of a greater group of people, let's say white people or black people or Jewish people or whatever, you, because you're greater, or men or women or people from the entire continent of Europe, whatever, you, as part of a greater whole, are guilty of something that maybe the greater whole did or didn't do at some point in the past. 1,000 years ago? 100 years ago? 100,000 years ago? Doesn't matter. That's called blood libel. Essentially holding you responsible for something that your ancestors did or your ancestors' ancestors, or someone who just maybe looks like you with the same skin pigmentation. Blood libel is evil because we are all unique individual people, and our time on this earth, we should be judged by our actions, not the actions of people who lived thousands or hundreds of years ago. No matter. The left today is obsessed with blood libel, and that's why they did a report like this. Ladies and gentlemen, the report here, and what you're looking at here is a article from Reuters. Reuters saying, among America's political elite, Reuters found, dun dun dun, America's family secret, slave descendants. That's right, more than 100 U.S. leaders, lawmakers, and president, governors, justices have slave-holding ancestors. That's right. But few are willing to talk about their ties to America's original sin. Actually, it wasn't America's original sin because all slaves and all slaveholders were brought here essentially by the Dutch, the English, the French, the people who founded America. It was those countries' original sins. By the way, the French and the British, they continued slave-owning colonies well after America had already fought a bloody civil war in order to stop the practice. So shut up, you historically illiterate jackwagons. But here we are. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. They did this research, but they found something very curious when they actually did this research. The people who you'd expect, right? Some of the stuffiest Republicans like Mitch McConnell and so forth have found to have ancestors who own slaves. Did Mitch McConnell own a slave? Far be it for me to defend Mitch McConnell, but was Mitch McConnell a slave owner? I mean, he could probably play one in a movie, but no, actually, I don't think Mitch McConnell owns slaves. Mitch McConnell might himself be a slave of communist China, ball gag in his mouth, wobbling around on the floor, saying, "What can I do for you, Xi Jinping?" But that's beside the point. They found something very curious here. This line right here. Check this out. This is wild. In addition, Joe Biden and every living former president, except Donald Trump, are direct descendants of slaveholders. Carter, Bush, Clinton, Barack Obama, on his white mom's side, a side that we never talk about. Oh, Barack Obama's white mom. Oh, interesting. So Barack Obama, is he black or is he half white? Somebody answer that for me. Trump's ancestors came to America after slavery was abolished. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, baby. That is great. Into my veins. That has got to piss them off so bad. Headlines like these: Reuters investigation reveals every living president is descendant of slaves except Donald Trump, the most non-racist president in American history. Executive producer ALX says President Biden and every living former president, not the result they were hoping for. Oh my God. This one's, by the way, doing numbers. 4,000 retweets, 12,000 likes. Cat third, every living president except Donald Trump had direct descendants who were slave owners, including Obama and Biden. Oh, man, it's going to piss them off so much. I support former presidents that didn't have slave owners as descendants. Do you? This has to be so enraging. The Dems, says Robbie Starbucks. And Nick Adams saying, President Trump is the least racist president in history. You know, seriously, guys, you should stop playing dumb games and you'll stop winning dumb prizes, okay? When you play these games, when you go in and you play these games, you're going to end up realizing that history is a little more complicated than you make it out to be. Reuters seriously did an entire deep investigation into the history of every living president elected the United States government and proved the only recent president who wasn't a descendant of slave owners was Donald Trump. You're going to end up finding out the uncomfortable truths that actually the Civil War was fought against the Democrat Party, who wanted to keep their slaves. And that's why we had a civil war. The Democrats were the slave owners, and the Democrats were on the wrong side of every single racial justice argument in American history, including but not limited to Jim Crow laws, segregation, Brown versus Board of Education, the founding of the KKK, which was founded to, what's that again? Founded to terrorize blacks and, read the charter, Republicans. That's right at the top of the KKK's charter. Founded to commit terrorism against Republicans. So y'all gonna play this game, y'all gonna win these dumb prizes. There's this Marxist professor who, in a free and moral, good and just country, should be in prison, okay? Angela Davis is her name. Angela Davis was a Black Panther. Angela Davis was somebody who stoked race hatred and assisted in murder. Angela Davis is herself a terrorist. If you really want to talk about terrorists, you know, look at this lady. She's all doughy and grandma-y now, but back in the 1970s, this extremist Marxist radical commie assisted in the murder of people inside of a courtroom. She provided the guns to the people who, she went and bought the guns, provided the guns to the people who went and murdered. It was because of radical leftist social justice that she actually isn't in prison for the rest of her life. She should be. Instead, though, she probably wishes she was locked up in this moment, because then at the very least she wouldn't have this happen to her live on camera, finding out that she herself is a descendant of slave owners on the Mayflower.
That is a list of the passengers on the Mayflower.
No, I can't believe this. No, my ancestors did not come here on the Mayflower.
Your ancestors came on the Mayflower.
No.
You are descended from one of the 101 people who sailed on the Mayflower.
Oof. That's a little bit too much to deal with right now.
Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think that you may have descended from people who laid
Never.
the foundation
Never.
for this country?
Never.
Okay. Got it. Uh-oh. Well, I look forward to her canceling herself. How about that? For being a descendant of a slave owner. People are canceling Joe Biden left and right. The honest people inside of the various, like, what would you call them? Like, like liberals, like people who are still anti-war, anti-big government, anti-forever permanent government, anti-deep state, anti-security state, anti-big pharma, anti-big corporations. The like leftists, they know that Joe Biden is a racist. They know that Joe Biden is a tool, and they know that this wouldn't surprise them that Joe Biden is a descendant of slaveholders. Win dumb games, play dumb games, win dumb prizes. Charlemagne the God, take it away.
Biden running again?
Joe Biden, man, Biden. Listen, when you start your video off saying whatever, you put out your statement and it says, you're in condition to run.
Get out of here, bro. Democrats are goofies, bro. Look how goofy y'all are. Y'all really judge Trump and people who like Trump when you got this motherfucker running again?
You want to hear it? What did he say?
Freedom.
Oh, Jesus.
Personal freedom is fundamental to who we are as Americans.
There's nothing more important, nothing more sacred.
That's been the work of my first term, to fight for our democracy.
Americans in shambles. I don't give a fuck what he said.
To protect our rights, to make sure that everyone in this country is treated equally and that everyone is given a fair shot.
I'm not listening to 3 minutes of this shit, yo. The world is in shambles.
You know, around the country.
Aren't you embarrassed to be a Democrat?
America is in shambles. I'm not a Democrat.
So, yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
I'm not a Republican either.
Yeah, boy.
I'm nothing.
Yeah, I'm not saying you got to be a Republican.
I'm just out here.
What about you, Chris? You like Biden? You voting for Biden again?
I think we could use a fresh new person on the
That's
seat.
why it's whack that the DNC won't let nobody They won't do no primaries next year, man. Do a primary debate.
Hey, pussy.
Put Joe Biden up on that stage with Bobby Kennedy, who's challenging him, and Marianne Williamson, and whoever steps up to the plate, and let's have a discussion, yo.